Yeah, RSUs I think definitely the trickiest because when you are working with RSUs and you're like evaluating the package that is given to you, especially from these big tech companies, you're effectively investing at that point because as we'll share and we'll have some examples like later on, it's in your best interest to essentially like pick a company similar to how you would buy a stock. Like you want to join when the share price is low so that the share price goes up over time and your overall compensation then goes up over time and you build more wealth. So it's like when you're like choosing to join a company, like let's say Google, it's kind of like you're buying a bunch of Google stock, because it's going to be a core part of your compensation. And then when the stock goes up, your compensation goes up, and when the stock goes down, your compensation goes down. If Rahul and I knew exactly how to find like the best companies to join for RSUs, like we'd be billionaires, right? We wouldn't be doing this. We'd just be like investing. We'd be Warren Buffett, and then we wouldn't be doing this. But one thing I will say is that, and again, like this, the tricky part with a lot of this session is that like a lot of what you do with compensation depends on who you are. Everyone has different priorities, so there's no like silver bullet for this, similar to like a lot of things in tech. But something I have noticed, and this is something you might want to consider doing, is like if you work at a really big tech company and you get a ton of RSUs. I've had coworkers tell me that like as soon as they get their RSUs, they just sell them because they want to diversify their portfolio. Because like you know your kind of financial well-being is already wholly dependent on like you being employed at this company and drawing a base salary from them. You don't want to make your overall financial portfolio even more dependent on them by like having like a huge portion of equity like from this company that's also part of your portfolio. So I know a lot of folks who like as soon as they get their RSUs, they just sell them and like put it into SPY, like the SP 500 index mutual fund or something like that, just to like reduce risk. So like if you're risk averse and you want something like you really value consistency, this is something you can consider doing.